Today, for the first time, the federal government named colleges and universities that are facing investigations into their handling of sexual assaults. Maurice Dubois has this story.
Across the country, there's been a steady drumbeat of college students protesting what they call a lack of attention to sexual assaults on campuses. The government says 1 in 5 women will be sexually assaulted before graduation. Catherine Lehman is from the Department of Education.
The president and the vice president both strongly called for greater transparency and a movement across the country for us to change campus cultures so that we are making sure that all of our students are safe.
The 55 schools publicly named span from coast to coast and include renowned institutions such as Princeton, UC Berkeley, Vanderbilt, and Harvard. All 55 are under investigation for violating Title IX. That's the federal law requiring schools to advise victims of their rights, conduct investigations, and ensure victim safety. Harvard has had 100 cases of sexual assault reported over the last 3 years. Just last month, an assault victim there wrote an open letter in the college newspaper saying, "Our policy is so outdated and narrow in scope that it discourages survivors from entering an investigative process." Sarah Tedesco is part of a Title IX complaint against Emerson College in Boston.
We should be equipping those students with what they need to know if it does happen. It's an epidemic. There are students at other schools committing suicide because nobody's listening to them.
Both Emerson and Harvard are currently revising their sexual assault policies. 2 days ago, the White House announced plans to better educate universities on how to combat sexual violence on campus. Victim advocates like Colby Bruno think more can be done.
I'd like to see some other rules promulgated that hits a school where it hurts monetarily, and I think it would start to make schools pay attention to this.
And you'd like to see consequences?
I would like to see consequences.
And we want to be clear that the schools named here are under investigation, and that does not mean they are guilty. In addition to Harvard and Emerson, we also contacted Princeton, Vanderbilt, and UC Berkeley. All 5 universities told us they are fully cooperating with these investigations and are committed to improvement. Scott.
Maurice Dubois, thank you, Maurice. We have the full list of all 55 schools and their responses for you on our website, cbsnews.com.